what is a concave mirror, right? So a concave means bent in. A concave mirror is like this, okay, in which we have a reflecting surface on inner side, okay. So there is an imaginary line passing through the middle of the mirror, dividing it into two parts. This is called, this line is called, imaginary line is called principal axis, okay. And this point is called P, pole. And suppose every mirror is a spherical mirror. So suppose if you have completed this whole picture, it could have been a spherical like this. So if this is a sphere, there is a middle of it called C, center of curvature, okay. So in concave mirror, center of curvature is outside the mirror, in front of the mirror, okay. And now the distance between the center of curvature and the pole is called focal length, Now what happens, suppose there is a ray of light as incident ray falling on the mirror, on the concave mirror. It is reflected back in the same direction, okay. Now suppose we have another incident ray falling on the mirror which is parallel to principal axis or the initial incident ray. What happens? This incident ray falls on the mirror and it reflected. If this is the incident ray OA, the reflecting path is OAB. This point is to be noted later on. I am explaining you. Suppose there is another incident ray falling on the mirror, LM. So what happens? The LM is the incident ray falling on the concave mirror and it gets reflected. And pass through the same point, okay. So LM, suppose this is N. LM is the incident ray and after reflection it took the path of MN. So what we find, whether the incident ray that went through principal axis and returned back after reflection through the same path, the incident ray OA after reflection from the concave mirror passes through AB, that is the reflected ray. Another incident ray LM that falls on the mirror and after hitting the incident ray to the mirror, it gets reflected in the direction MN but passes through the same point. This same point is called focus. So what happens in a concave mirror, all the incident rays, those are falling on the mirror and are parallel to one another. After reflection they pass through a common point, okay. So this ray reflected back the same way, this ray reflected back through same point, and this ray reflected back through same point. So what happens, the rays which were earlier diverged, after reflection they converge means they pass through the same common point called focus, So we can say the concave mirror is also a converging mirror. Why? Because after reflection they converge different parallel rays of incident rays to pass through a common point called focus. That is why concave mirror is also called converging lens, and that is why converging mirror or converging lens, and that is why due to conversion of different rays of light to a common point focus, it increases the capacity of light, which is in case of if you'll check it in your school laboratory, you use concave mirror on a paper, you will see that the different beams of light passing through concave mirror goes through paper, it burns the air, it burns the paper. Why? Because due to conversion the capacity of different rays of or beams of light increases the heat and it burns the air. Thank you.